There's a quiet gravity to Hangman Adam Page. Not the loudest, not the flashiest, not the most aggressive. That's until he was pushed.
More than living up to his... What the hell is wrong with him? Oh my God, no!
But maybe that's exactly why he's always felt like the soul of AEW. Through all the chaos, betrayal, triumphs, and the heartbreaks.
He broke into my home! He threatened my family!
There's always been one constant. When AEW tells stories that hit a little deeper, that feel just a bit too real, it's usually Hangman at the center of them. And now, with Double or Nothing behind him, and Jon Moxley ahead of him, we might be entering the final chapter in one of AEW's greatest character arcs ever.
I will be defending all elite wrestling from you!
When AEW was born, it was built on a revolution to change the world of professional wrestling, on giving misfits, the outcast, the pure wrestler, a home. Hangman wasn't just a part of that vision. He was that vision. He wasn't a finished product. He wasn't even the top guy. He was the anxious millennial cowboy full of self-doubt, dragging the weight of failed expectations behind him. But that's what made him different. Real. Relatable. From being the least accomplished member of the elite, to his self-destructive spiral that pushed away his closest friends, to his fragile, quiet alliance with the Dark Order, built not on dominance, but on acceptance and care, Hangman's story is always layered, always human. His eventual rise, defeating Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship, it wasn't just a title win. It felt like a homecoming moment. It was a moment, a culmination of years of vulnerability and growth. But that wasn't the end. It was just the beginning.
I would spill every last drop that I have to win this and to take away from him, to burn his world down.
After losing the AEW title, Hangman began to drift again. He never fell off, but he didn't burn as bright either. And then came Swerve Strickland. That feud was brutal, deep, personal, and it left scars. Hangman wasn't just beaten, he was broken. His moral compass shaken, his soul dagger. He crossed lines that even the old Hangman wouldn't dare touch. And in the end, he lost anyway. For almost 2 years, he existed in the background of AEW, a former world champion with nothing to prove and nowhere to go. A cowboy without a trail. A hangman without a noose. But as AEW moved forward, Hangman watched from the shadows as new styles were made. Some friends, some rivals, some foes. But he watched. With a dark cloud around his head, he watched. Until now.
I have wasted 2 years of my life, and they've been filled with nothing but grief and sorrow and hate.
The Owen Hart Cup changed everything. When Hangman stepped into the tournament, fans could feel it. This was different. This wasn't just about winning matches. It was about redemption, about reminding us and himself who he really is. His smile came back. It's like he was free from it all again. All the torment and pain, all of it. Or at least he was trying to be.
But for me, I will have to put it behind me.
And the moment he stood up across the ring from Will Ospreay, the story began to write itself. Because if Hangman is the soul of AEW, then Will Ospreay is the spirit. But when these two stood side by side in the build-up to Double or Nothing, warring against the Tonkalis family, There was already tension beneath the surface. Respect, sure, chemistry even, but it was never going to last. Because both men are fighting for something more than gold. Ospreay for legacy, for elevation, Hangman for meaning, for redemption. And at Double or Nothing, they clashed like two men at opposite ends of their journeys. Ospreay rising to the top, Hangman clawing his way out of the pit. It was a clash of titans. And at the end, Hangman won. Not just the match, not just the Owen, but a piece of himself back.
This means so much to me. These past 2 years have been so difficult, and when you called me a nice kid, is that how you feel about me, huh? You think I'm a kid? After all the niceties and compliments, you want to call me a kid? Is that how you feel about me?
And now it's Moxley again. The man Hangman played with, fought with, grew with. They've seen each other at their worst, and that's what makes the next chapter so dangerous. This isn't just about the world title, it's about two survivors who never quit, never stayed down, never lost the love for this violent, beautiful art form. It's about two men who love AEW but understand it differently. For Mox, it's the end that justifies the means. For Hangman, it's the journey itself that matters. But make no mistake, both men are willing to sacrifice for the future of AEW in their own different ways. And if Hangman beats Moxley, it won't just be another title reign, it will be the story coming full circle. The cowboy who won that, returning home.
Hangman Page, welcome to the big league.
But even if Hangman conquers Moxley, there's still one storm on the horizon. Will Ospreay. Yes, that match at Double or Nothing wasn't the end. It was the prologue of a beautiful new story. AEW All In 2026 is already looming, and a rematch between Hangman and Ospreay on the biggest stage of them all feels inevitable. Not as a tournament final, not as a proving ground, but as a true battle of equals. Hangman Page, AEW's main character, standing tall against Will Ospreay, the man who represents the company's name. When that day comes, the emotion will be even heavier, the stakes even higher, and no matter who wins, it will be a reminder of why we fell in love with AEW and professional wrestling in the first place. Because when all the lights go out and all the noise fades, it's always been about Hangman.
You know, recently MJF said to me that he thought deep down, I was afraid that I would never win the world championship again. And, you know, he's wrong all the time. He's a dumbass. But he was right. You know, that I've been afraid that I would never hold the world championship again or even come close. And I mean, this is as close as I have been in 3 years now. And this means the world to me. Yeah.